The terror attack on March 15 that left 50 people dead in New Zealand sent shockwaves across the world. But for many Muslims, it didn't come as a surprise. At the time of the New Zealand attacks, many national leaders blamed this on a global rise in Islamophobia. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan called the shootings the latest example of rising racism and Islamophobia. Imran Khan, Pakistan's Prime Minister, echoed that sentiment, blaming the attack on the current Islamophobia post 9/11, where 1.3 billion Muslims have collectively been blamed for any act of terror. And it's not just ordinary people who are accused of fueling the suspicions. Recently, US President Donald Trump has been criticized for retweeting a video that was edited to suggest US Congresswoman Ilhan Omar was dismissive of the September 11, 2001 attacks. She has since received numerous death threats. Many are accusing Trump of inciting violence against Omar, calling the move Islamophobic. Much of the global research on the subject on Islamophobia points to a worrying trend. An independent monitoring group, Tal Mama, found that in Britain there was a six-fold increase in anti-Muslim hate crimes following the New Zealand terrorist attack. And according to data from the Council on American Islamic Relations, a civil rights group based in the US, there has been a consistent rise in anti-Muslim incidents in the US, including attacks on mosques. Many NGOs and human rights organizations are warning about the rise in attacks on Muslim communities, particularly in Western countries. Academics and researchers are pointing the blame at specific policies in some countries and social media for fueling the rise in hate crimes. And at an international conference on Islamophobia in Istanbul earlier this month, academics from Turkey and abroad discussed what was fueling the rise in Islamophobia.
You start to see those who are pandering in Islamophobic rhetoric gaining political steam. And so when we look at the rise, it's not because there are actual geopolitical acts. It's actually because anti-Muslim sentiment is a socially and politically acceptable form of bigotry that exists in the United States today. And so politicians use it.
Social media has been the ground of infestation for Islamophobia. And what we need is how to counter this by also shedding light on the increasing attacks, Islamophobic attacks, but also to proactively make sure that social media is part of the solution.
According to a report published in 2016 by the Council on American Islamic Relations and the University of Berkeley, Islamophobia has become a lucrative business in the United States. More than $200 million was spent towards promoting fear and hatred of Muslims in the United States by multiple institutions and organizations between 2008 and 2013. And with the rise of far-right parties in recent years, the question remains if this problem will be tackled or if governments will continue to remain silent. Ahmad Kablan, Straight Talk.